like when you come in as a freshman, you've probably already got some of this vision to some extent. Trusting yourself to be able to make those passes too, trusting that what you see is legitimately there.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a little risk kind of involved with some of the passes. I mean, you gotta play like that. I mean, obviously, like all of it doesn't work out all the time, but I mean, if you want a cool pass, I mean, it's going to take risk in doing that. So, I mean, that's just what I go with. And like I said, like I trust myself and I'm confident in my ability to pass the ball in any way or get it to anybody I can.
I think Coach Purdue the other day, I think he actually said something about the gunslinger mentality or something like that when you first got here, that it was just something you kind of had to like tighten up. Did you feel like you were sort of earning his trust over time, that you could play with that kind of aggressiveness on
For
offense?
sure, yeah. I mean, I think freshman year, sophomore year, now. I mean, I think the things I really get yelled at for is not shooting. And I mean, there's some stuff like obviously some other things like just not staying mentally like locked in and just thinking more about fatigue and stuff like that and letting that affect my play. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it shows a lot to me, like how much he cares and how much he does trust me and how much has gone into that. And a lot of it is earned, but at the same time, like I appreciate that he like kind of gave me the ropes. Same with Fletch at a very early age that has given us the time to figure stuff out and get into a rhythm.
Watching you before a game, I can tell that that's like a very, you've really plotted that out. Like you know what you're doing with like every second you've got out there. And I assume that's how most of your day is, like trying to be pretty efficient with your time. Where do you actually work on a thing like a behind the back pass and stuff like that? Like where does that fit into your routine as an athlete? Or does it? Is that something that is just, it's instinct, you're not working on it ahead of time?
Yeah, no, I think it's a little mixture of both. Like when I just said what I did with Isaiah before, like I throw behind the back passes to him, and then, I mean, at a very young age I was doing that, and I think just working on it, and I played with all my buddies growing up from second all the way till I was a senior in high school. So I mean, we had a really good connection and group playing when I was younger. So being able to throw those passes to them and make errors at that time and then figuring it out later as I get older and trying to get better at that. So,
as you were a little kid or younger in your career, did you already kind of think, I'm going to have to be elite as a passer? That's like my path in this game?
yeah, I think just honestly probably 7th, 8th grade, kind of when I figured that basketball is what I wanted to do. I feel like I always knew like I wanted to play basketball, but I wouldn't say not as serious, but like didn't think that I could like be at such a high level. I mean, I knew I would work my butt off and stuff like that to try to get here, but I didn't think it would all happen. But I mean, once you get here, I mean, I don't know. I mean, just understanding like I'm a 6 foot, not even with shoes on a good day, point guard. So I mean, like it's what you got to do. You got to be a point guard. You got to be able to pass the ball. You got to be able to help other people. I mean, if you can't make a shot, then you got to figure out other ways to help the team. And I think passing and playmaking is the best thing to do.
Yeah, I'm 5'8", the same way, like barely. Like, I was talking to Coach Painter because I wasn't here during your recruiting process for years ago, and he was saying that it was very truncated. Like he only really got to scout you on Zoom from during the pandemic and everything. And then what was it, a matter of just like a couple days that everything came together? What do you
2
remember
days,
about
yeah.
that?
Yeah, no. I mean, they were on and off. I think my junior year they were talking to me a lot, and then they offered another point guard, so then I was off the list. And then senior year came around, I think right at the beginning of that. He decommitted and left, and they started getting back on to me. And then, I mean, it all worked itself out, and I called 2 people after they offered. It was like a Tuesday or Wednesday night, I think, and I called 2 people, both Austin Parkinson and then Bruce Parkinson, because my dad played with Austin, and then we were good family friends with them. So just talked to them, and they said it's the right fit, it's the right choice, I think you should do it. And I actually made the decision probably that night, but I waited just a couple days just to reach out to the other coaches that really took time and to recruit me, and I felt like I owed them a phone call to say thank you for your time and all that stuff.
We were talking to you about, I know before